Okay, the Trident Pinch Perfect. So thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you're having a great day. If you're watching this video, you're either interested in the Trident Pinch Perfect or you've already purchased the tool and you want to learn more on how to use it. So if that is you bought the tool, you want to learn more on how to use it, fast forward to this timestamp right here. That'll take you straight to the tutorial. If that's not you want to learn more, let's get into it. So this tool is a great tool for anyone who sublimates tumblers, whether you're a novice, you own a tumbler sublimation business, this tool can definitely add a lot of value to your routine. So the Trident Pinch Perfect is a rendition of our hybrid tumbler tool with the straps and pin model, but also somewhat collaborating with the adjustable Pinch Perfect, where you place your tumbler in and basically be able to wrap your tumblers without having to hold the wrap together. And that is why we added the easy lock to this tumbler, so you can do a very similar thing. And once you get the hang of this, you'll be able to fly through tumblers. You can have a tumbler placed in here, get it tight, get it locked in just a matter of 3-4 seconds. So no more fumbling around with paper, messing up your wraps, not getting it tight enough in certain places. In just 3 to 4 seconds, you have a perfectly wrapped tumbler, and all you gotta do is tape it up and the tumbler's not going anywhere. So great tool, does a lot of great things, and we hope that if you do purchase this, if you have purchased it, it does become a huge help to either your tumbler making hobbies or tumbler making business. Okay, so let's start the tutorial for the Trident Pinch Perfect. The first thing we're gonna go over is assembly and going over resizing this tool to whatever tumbler you may be doing. So assembly, super simple. You have 3 total pieces. This is the strap, and the strap is going to be loaded in this way. There's a small hole right here that we're going to feed the strap through, and then it will come out back here. So once you have that in there, then you have the pin, right? So this is going to go into one of these 2 slots right here, depending on the tumbler size, which we will get into in just a second. You're just gonna put it in, and it should fit into the grooves of the strap, which will lock your tumbler in, and you can pull over, lock it in, and you'll be good to go. So let's get into resizing this tool. Now, the one thing we did with this tool that we haven't done with any of our other tools, specifically the hybrid tool, is we put an easy resizing guide in the bottom right here. There should be a little arrow when you get it, an arrow sticking out. You can pull it out. And what this has on it is all of the popular tumbler sizes, whether it should be placed in the top pin slot or the bottom pin slot, and what number, depending on the tumbler size, strap it should be on, which I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. Let's say, for instance, we're doing a 20-ounce skinny tumbler, right? Very popular size. That is the top slot, right? So we're gonna have it up here at the top, and then we're gonna have it at 8 to 9 on the strap. So what that means is when you look back here, these are all numbered, right? So you have 6, 7, 8. So this would be 8 right here. So we're gonna put the pin in, and then we have a 20-ounce tumbler here. So we're gonna place it in, and this should give us the right dimensions for wrapping. Boom, just like that. Super tight, locked in, and then we'd be good to go to tape. So this guide right here, the easy resizing guide, is just a little cheat sheet for you to kind of gauge and take the guesswork out of where the pin and then the strap should be located depending on the tumbler size you're using. Now, we also added the diameter in millimeters for some of the popular tumbler sizes with a millimeter ruler at the bottom. So if you have a tumbler, I'm just gonna grab a random tumbler over here. So if you have a tumbler and you're like, I don't know what size this is, it may not be on this sheet right here. So what you're gonna do is take this and then line it up, this in the very middle of where the top of the tumbler. We're gonna start at 0, and then it ends at around 90 right here. So we're gonna look for 90 millimeters, which would be right over here. So these are all 90 millimeter diameters. And this tumbler, I know what this tumbler is. This tumbler is a 30-ounce thick tumbler. But let's just say you didn't know, 90 millimeters. So it'd be on the bottom slot on strap number 7. So if you do have a tumbler that may not be on this list and you wanna gauge what size and where it should be, just use the size guide right here, and this will tell you everything you need to know. Okay, so let's wrap some tumblers. So I have 3 tumbler sizes right here. I have a 20-ounce skinny tumbler here, a 16-ounce Libby glass tumbler here, and then a 20-ounce thick tumbler here. I try to get 3 different sizes that kind of vary in diameter. Most of your larger tumbler sizes, thick tumbler sizes, are gonna be very similar to this 20-ounce thick tumbler. So we will go ahead and wrap these. I'm gonna start with the 20-ounce skinny, right? So we have our wrap, 20-ounce skinny paper here. So we're gonna reference the sizing guide right here. So we have 20-ounce skinny is going to be at the top slot on 8 to 9, right? We just briefly did this a couple seconds ago, but we're just gonna do it again. So we're gonna make sure that the pin is at the top slot and this back strap here lines up at a 8 to 9, right? So 8 was a good size for us the first time we did it. So we're gonna leave it there, place it in, and to make sure it's in, put your thumb down in the middle here and then just pull on the strap. If nothing's moving, you're good to go. So we're gonna take the tumbler, and I always suggest starting the tumbler flat with the open part face down, and then once it's lined up around the top, we're gonna place it in the middle, right? So we wanna make sure that we're loading it evenly. It's not too far this way, it is centered in the middle. Now where the seam line is, we wanna make sure that is facing straight up and down, and keeping this in the paper tight. So we're gonna pull up on this handle, and we're going to slightly twist the tumbler back with the strap. You can hear it getting tighter. And then once we have it, I always say about an inch, right? So this part of your finger is usually about an inch. So I wanna make sure it's just about an inch apart from these 2 handles right here. And then once you have it about an inch apart, you're gonna take the Easy Lock up, over, place it on here, and then you are good to go, good to tape, right? So now we have our perfectly wrapped tight tumbler, and then we can get into taping. Before we get into taping, I'm going to demonstrate with 2 other sizes here, just so we can kind of go through the process again. So now we're going to do a 20-ounce thick tumblers, right? So we're gonna look at this, where's 20-ounce thick, it's right there, it's gonna be on the bottom slot, right? So this time we're going to take this up, put it on the bottom slot, on strap number 7. So we do have to lower the strap by 1 this time. So we're gonna take this, line the strap up at a 7, and then push the pin down. It's locked in. And then we're gonna take our wrap, making sure it's flat and even on the top surface. Evenly load it into the Trident Pinch Perfect. Make sure the seam line is directly facing up. We're gonna pull on the handle, slightly twist the tumbler back when we're pulling together. You can hear how tight it's getting. Then we're gonna pull the lock up, over, and then we should be good to go. Now we can easily tape, and we have a super tight tumbler, just like the 20-ounce one we just did. So let's move on to the 16-ounce Libby glass tumbler. Okay, so now we have the 16-ounce Libby glass tumbler. So we're gonna check our guide. So 16-ounce Libby is right here on the top slot at strap number 8. So we're going to have to move this up to the top, and we're gonna set it to an 8, as you can see here. So 8 right there, place it in, it's locked, ready to go. We're gonna take our wrap and our tumbler, line it up evenly, seam line facing directly up, slight turn on the tumbler while we're pinching, super tight, pull over, lock it in, and then we're good to go. Apply our tape, and then we'll have another super tight wrap tumbler. So now we're gonna get to taping. Now taping here, this is what we recommend. Obviously, if you have your own taping style that you like to do and it works best for you, by all means, go ahead and do it. But this is what we suggest. So the back of this tool has little cutouts, as you can see. These cutouts are to give you room to manage with your hands, and then also tape if you like to use longer pieces of tape to place your tape across the seam line. So what I like to do is I always do 1 piece of tape right next to the handle, another piece of tape on the opposite side. Now these pieces of tape are just about an inch, inch and a half long. So 1 piece of tape on the other side. Make sure we're pressing down those seam lines as we tape. And then we're gonna do 3 pieces of tape on each side. So we're gonna put another one right here, another one here. They're gonna be about 1/2 inch apart, each piece of tape. And then we're gonna do the edges down at the bottom. It's okay if they hang off a little bit, that is fine. So another one right here. So now we have our 3 pieces of tape on each side, and that is what we recommend. Now to undo the tool and take your tumbler out, what some of you may wanna do and what we suggest not to do is to just pull this up right away. What you want to do is slowly squeeze the handles in just a little bit to loosen the pressure on the easy lock. Put it back in, let this fall down, and then you can take your tumbler out. Now you can add your one more piece of tape across the center, one long vertical piece of tape, and then you would be good to go. Put it in the tumbler press, put it in the oven, whatever you like to do. Okay, that is it for this in-depth Trident Pinch Perfect tutorial. I hope this video helped. I hope it was informative to the people that have purchased the product and want to start using it, and also to the people that may just want to see what the Trident Pinch Perfect is all about. Thanks for watching, following along with us. This is a great tool. I'm super excited for you guys to get it. And if you have it, I hope it works extremely well for you. Any comments, questions, concerns, head to our website. Both our email and a chat box is on there. The chat box is in the bottom right-hand corner, whichever side that is, bottom right-hand corner of our website. So we'll get back to you within 24 hours at the latest. But other than that, this is the Trident Pinch Perfect. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.